Hello, Aries. This is Soul from Intuitive Tarot here to look at your week ahead starting July 28th, 2025. Aries, I hope all is well. Welcome any new subscribers to the channel. I appreciate you. The deck I'm using will be listed in the description box, not reading any reversals. Just going to cleanse the energies here from Dawn Pisces messages for the week, and we're going to see what's coming up and the potential energy surrounding Aries. All right, so bear with me while I try to shuffle this deck. This deck, I don't use that often. Very beautiful cards, but it's very difficult to shuffle because the backs being smooth and velvety. Okay, so we'll get through this though. So energy's here for Aries. Energy for my Rams. Yeah, I was just mentioned in the other videos that, the shock factor of hearing, news of famous people passing. So we had 3, and I know there's been more, but that's, something that I had predicted in Scorpio's video, that we were going to hear news of famous people passing away, whether they were male, female. Okay, so we have Malcolm Jamal Warner, who was a star on the 80s Cosby Show. Hulk Hogan, who was a professional wrestler, and Ozzy Osbourne. Okay. I think he was a musician. He was into, he had his own TV show. So that was the shock factor with the video I did for, in terms of the messages that I did for Scorpio. That's why I would never change anything that I say when 2 cards that give me that kind of feeling that we're about to hear something shocking, and it's, usually related to, famous people, and then look what happens. So anyway, let's cut this deck here for you, Aries, and see what's the potential energy for you coming up. And we're going to start off with the 8 of Cups, no drama week for you. And then we have the 10 of Cups, even more so, not dealing with any drama. Beautiful card, Hierophant, Major Arcana. Then we have the Queen of Pentacles, okay, money looking good. We have the 8 of Pentacles, money looking real strong. We have the 8 of Swords. Following that, we have the 6 of Wands, victory and success. Then we have the 3 of Swords. Okay, not to despair here. I just said in Pisces video, they had received the 3 of Swords. It's not going to be here for everybody. It means something different to, individuals things. It doesn't always indicate a split or a separation, but we'll get to that energy. We'll throw a clarifier. As a matter of fact, I don't even think I threw a clarifier on Pisces. So King of Wands is going to land on the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, now we have the Major Arcana Temperance. We followed by the 9 of Cups, your third sign so far that I've been reading that's received the 9 of Cups. All right, and then you also too have an additional Major Arcana. We'll get into that. It's the Star card, because the 9 of Cups I equate with the Star card, and also the Chariot with the Star card. All right, so the last card here on the 3 of Swords, yep, relationships. See, it's the Page of Wands. It's your energy. And I just said to Pisces video, because they had the Ace of Cups on the page, on the 3 of Swords. And I said someone is having difficulties in a relationship that may have newly formed or started. That's just the message that I came up with. And your shadow energy here is the star. Look at that, the Star card. Oh my gosh, you got the Major Arcana, the Star card in your shadow. All right, so Aries, let's pull this energy here together. Bear with me. I'm still trying to recover from this bad congested cold that I had picked up. And, if anyone has ever had a cold in the summer, it's the worst possible thing to deal with. Anyway, so we start off with the 8 of Cups here for you, Pisces. That means I read the 8 of Cups as having to not deal with any emotional shit this week, putting that drama behind you, and you just want to look forward, go forward in the week of, positive energies. Coming right after that is the pickup card, the Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups is the card of emotional happiness, emotional bliss, that energy that is celebrated with family members, friends, romantic partners. This is a card of invites to parties, picnics. Someone could be getting married. Even number of cups, emotionally, what you give is what you're going to get back. Someone could be getting married, like I said, and then also too, because it's in your spread, along with the Nine of Cups that has shown up here. These two cards here are in the group of those cards that I always talk about that you already could be receiving that whole energy en masse from your family, from your friends, from your romantic partners, from your co-workers. Okay? That's the Ten of Cups. And following the Ten of Cups is the Hierophant. We already mentioned someone could be getting married with the Ten of Cups. Now, it doesn't necessarily have to be this week, but it could be an upcoming wedding. This is still indicated of someone getting married. This is a teaching and learning card, spiritual protection, spiritual energy, on-the-job training, epiphanies, enlightenment, synchronicities, pay any, close attention to any repetitive angelic numbers that you may see, during the week. If you see them more than once, I would advise you to, look them up to see exactly what they mean and why you keep seeing them. So, but this is a very powerful card here to receive. Following that is the Queen of Pentacles. Money looking good, money stable here, or it's about to be stable for you. This is the boss in the workplace environment. It is your creditors. It is people who may, be surrounded by you, who depend on you, rely on you, because you're accountable. Okay. Never, stingy or selfish, always willing to lend out a helping hand. It doesn't always have to relate to money. So promotions, job offers, contract offers, anything related to business, good money handlers. That would be you. Okay. Following the Queen of Pentacles here, now we're going to go with the Eight of Pentacles. Some of you want to be working hard for those coins or paying attention to the details of the work that you do. Even number of Pentacles here. For some areas that I'm reading for, that still could be a job offer, a contract offer, pay raise. Balanced Pentacles, so that's balanced energy that could be stretched out into any other areas of your life. All right. Following that, we have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords here, just have to be careful of if it's, the type of energy that expresses itself towards you, that you are working on these energies here to reduce any chaos or conflicting energies, whether it's from your recent or your distant past. However, the Three of Swords, even though it has its own element of energies here, it still could be seen as the reduction of working on the Eight of Swords energy, that you're working things out, trying to resolve things. Also, because the Eight of Swords represents, anxiety, tension, nervousness, doubt, suspicions, fears, sleepless nights. It could be breaking communication with family members, friends, or romantic partners. Underneath the Ten of Cups, even more so. But also, too, you have to be careful here, Aries, because I always say that this Eight of Swords, if you're not careful, can be the kind of card or trick or kind of card or energy that comes in to trick your mind, or you infiltrating your mind with, things that are not necessary. Maybe you're worried about a family member too much. Maybe you're worried about a romantic situation too much. Maybe it's your friend. Maybe it's someone else in the family. But if it's real, deal with it, like I said before, to reduce the energies. But also to be careful not to overthink a situation, because of that situation may not come to pass or ever come to pass. And it may not turn out the way that you are getting yourself all upset about. So be careful there. Following that is the Six of Wands. Six of Wands, victory and success. Some of you guys may be traveling this week. You can apply victory and success to almost anything that's going on for you, Aries. All right. And also, too, the Six of Wands could be regarded as either you're moving in a positive direction or some sort of positive energy is moving towards you. All right. So the dreaded Three of Swords here, typically the basic meanings is, separation, grief, and heartache, third party in play, with romantic partnerships, conflicting energies going on with family members, could be friends, could be co-workers, since it sits underneath the Queen of Swords. Further, the Queen of Swords being a money card of Pentacles, it could be that someone is retiring. Okay, I always seem to pick up retirement with the Three of Swords, and Pentacles are in their spread. Could be that someone's leaving their current work, but not necessarily retiring. But let's still clarify on this Three of Swords. Pet loss, pet gets away, family is left grieving. So yeah, it could be just, some conflict stuff that's going on between family members, friends, romantic partners, but doesn't always indicate a split or a separation. So be very, very careful, okay, of how you, if it does express itself towards you. All right, so why is the Three of Swords here? This additional clarity here, if you will. Five of Swords. Yeah, I feel that it's conflicting energy here. And remember that the Page of Wands, which is your own energies, was on top of the Three of Swords. So the Five of Swords is just dealing with some sort of conflicting energy that I feel that is involving a relationship for the Rams that I'm reading for. Trying to sort it out, because usually the Five of Swords, if it does express itself, it's you having to sort something out. And so I would attach that to, but the sorting out could also be, your working situation, probably trying to sort out your work schedule and, creating some sort of conflicting energies here for you. Maybe the boss has asked you to work specific hours or a specific day. Maybe, if you're working Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and he's asked you to come in on the weekend, that's sort of like it's tearing you apart, because maybe you have made plans with your family, your romantic partners, or your friends. So I see that with the Five of Swords. And then, of course, we're going to go back here to the Page of Wands. By itself, it still would be some good news coming in very fast for you, right? Element of surprise. But it could also, because it is a court card, be the ones who are, it could be you who is dealing with this whole facet of energy here with Three of Swords, Five of Swords, and then we have this instance would be a younger Aries, male or female. Doesn't necessarily have to be, but that's what I'm seeing. All right, so swinging back here in order, we have the King of Wands here. You're focused on something. This is your energy too, on something or someone going after it. Very intense energy, fiery, passionate. Being that he's a court card, I always talk about that, they could express themselves in a sexual way. It's usually positive. He can also send in a burst of energy to any Ram out there who is artistic and creative. Okay, that's very, very fiery energy, which is your own. Next up is the card of Temperance, Major Arcana, restoring the balance, restoring the peace. This also could be a week where some Rams that I'm reading for who may just, pull back their energies just to focus the energy onto themselves, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, loving yourself. Definitely spending good quality time, by yourself. The Temperance card here represents that peace, restoration of peace, balance. Also represents relationships. You could also be spending some good quality time outdoors, enjoying Mother Nature and God's beauty. Nine of Cups here, just like the Ten of Cups, is not even, but still on an emotional scale, what you give is what you're going to get back. And because it lands on the Six of Wands, something positive moving towards you, or you're moving towards it, it could be anything involving any connections to the Three of Swords. Maybe there was some sort of conflict, conflicting energies that needed to be, resolved. And then this is this card that comes after that, the victory and success that you have achieved it. On top of this, it's the relationship card. Those people that you may have had challenges with or difficulties with now come to some sort of fruition in a more positive note. Outside of that, this is the wish fulfillment card, what you're wishing for, hoping for, praying for. Aries may come to pass. And I said that, I equate the Nine of Cups in the Chariot with that of the Star card, but you already have the Star card here. So you have traced the energy. So you get all of these Star cards energy, but we're going to talk about that because it's in the shadow. So this could be a week of excitement. It could be anything related to any elements of surprise on a grand scale. So yeah, social media, social networking, what you're wishing for, hoping for, praying for, stargazing, dream journaling, meeting somebody famous. Could be some sort of, expansion or development with your own psychic energies. All right. So we already talked about this set here. Page of Wands, though, news could come in very, very fast. Put a smile on your face. It could be delivered by an actual person, but also to the message that I attached to the Five of Wands, as well as the Three of Swords, that there's an Aries that I'm reading for is having a difficult. And just because these cards are laid down the way that they are, it's not the order of energies that may express itself. It could be expressed anyway. So just say that if all of this was prior to all of this up here, then of course, you will come to some sort of resolve. But it can open up in any way, shape, or form that it wants to express itself. All right. So it doesn't necessarily mean that, everything is hunky dory here and then everything is still, banged up on this end. No, it could be all of this that's banged up in the beginning, and then you come to some sort of peace, love, and resolve at the end. All right. And then we finish off with shadow energy here for you, Aries, the Star card. I already talked about that. I mean, it's what you're hoping for, praying for, wishing for, coming to pass. Social media, social networking, dream journaling, stargazing, meeting someone famous. Your psychic abilities being enhanced or developed. That is the star's energy. All right, so this is what I have for you, Aries, this week. Always a pleasure to read for you guys. Take what's going to work for you. Leave the rest alone. You guys, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Have a safe, great week ahead. Always come back to get more of these messages from me, and I shall talk to you soon. Ciao.